It's all about opportunities. We have had Nigerian coaches winning this trophy in the past. The last one, like you said, was in 2016. But even before then, we have had indigenous coaches winning it in 2014, winning it in 2010, 2008. If you go down history, a lot of indigenous coaches have won it. Yes, the challenge for us in particular is the fact that after that period, we have had foreign coaches handling our team. And it is only this time around that the Nigerian Football Federation have considered it worthy that they give indigenous coaches the opportunity to be able to, compete at this level and see what we can do. It's a huge burden. It's a huge challenge for us because we need to ensure that the confidence reposed in us by our country, we don't betray that trust. We must do well to ensure that we try as much as possible to do better than what has happened in the past, so that, like we're not representing ourselves. I think I've said it severally that we're not representing ourselves here. We are also working to defend the integrity of indigenous coaches, knowing fully well that if we do well, we'll open up more spaces for more indigenous coaches to work at this level. Us not doing well will cause a rethink in the federation, and then they'll begin to consider whether they should go back to the utilization of foreign coaches or giving indigenous coaches the opportunity to continue with the national team. So we're not just representing ourselves, we're equally representing the entire indigenous coaches in our country, and the onus is on us to do well so that that integrity and respect will be earned and maintained. Preparations for every game are different. The approaches to all the matches are different because all the teams are not the same. We really need to look at the opposition, and then based on what we have seen of them determines the way we prepare for them. So every team that is here wants to win, and every game they play, they also want to win, just as we equally want to win. And for every game you play, you make assessments of your team. What did you do well? What did you not do well? And then you try to improve on it so that the next game can always be better. Like I said, we're not unmindful of the errors we had in the previous game. It's still work in progress. Up to the end of the tournament, you will still have things to do to get your team better. So with every game, we make observations, try to make corrections, and try to ensure that the team gets better so that we can even play better than what we had in the last game. There will always be errors. Even sometimes, even change of personnel can determine a lot of things. There are health factors. A lot of factors come into play. So, like Chamaka said, we know they lost their first game, and they will want to come out and ensure that they get something out of it. We too are aware that we're not resting on our oars. We know what we have come here to do, and we cannot achieve that target without winning all our games. So it's a win-win for us as far as we are concerned. We know what to do, and we are hoping to get the best out of the match tomorrow. We are a team that is set out to really achieve the goal we have set for ourselves. And we have respect for all the teams. For them to have qualified to get to this stage, certainly they deserve some respect. And if you look at the last game they played, it's not as if they even played badly. Yes, Algeria got their opportunity and they utilized it. They also had chances that they couldn't convert. If they had converted some of the chances that came their way, the result would probably have been different. For us, we have our own game plan. We set out to do what we have set out to do. And in executing our game plan, it also involves uh, trying to capitalize on the weakness of the opposition, and then trying to ensure that their good strengths are also neutralized. So the statistics and all those things, yes, sometimes we don't get carried away by previous results. The circumstances are not the same. The circumstances are not the same, and so we will not be looking at what happened years ago and we assume maybe the same scenario will equally apply. We will just look at the current standards, look at the current, operations of the team, and try to see what we can also do to achieve and impose ourselves as far as the game is equally concerned. Talked about the new players in the team, a lot of debutants in the team. Yes, it's well, you can call it like a risk you are taking, with a lot of debutants to come for a competition of this magnitude. We have almost about 11 debutants in the team. It's not too much of a worry for us because we see the potentials in them, we see the capacity in them, and we have played several matches with them, playing against different countries, and they have really proven that they are good enough. That is why they are equally here. You don't see any stage fright in them. You don't see anything that will give you some doubts that how comes this person is equally here. I think they are doing well, and they are, there's a good mix and relationship between them and the older players or the more experienced players in the team has been going very well. On the field, off the pitch, you see a lot of the senior players trying to encourage them, to guide them, even in their discussions. When they sit down, they discuss, they try to encourage and motivate the younger ones, and then give them good sides of tournaments that they have won in the past to serve as a motivation and an encouragement for them. So the older players in the team are even doing well to help encourage the younger ones and guide them appropriately so that they don't feel left out, or to give them a more sense of belonging, and to try and encourage them to make sure they put in their best so that at the end of it all, we'll all be happy that we have done something. So the debutants in the team, yes, it is also a good thing for them because that they're also coming in for the first time is enough motivation for them to also try to do well so that by the time they do well, they know the next edition, God willing, they will equally try as much as possible to be part of it. It's a learning process for them. They are picking a lot of things here and there, which will also help to guide them in the course of their careers and in the course of what they do in the national team. All the players in the team, we try as much as possible to be fair to everyone. They all have something to contribute, and that is why they are here. And at any moment, we have always emphasized the importance of team harmony, so that we blend and flow together as a team. The way the team has been operating, yes, we have respect for one another. Even the players have respect for one another, but nobody feels I am above the other. They try to carry each other along, they play along with each other. And for us, we see them all as equals. Yes, somebody might have they all have different attributes and different qualities. And if somebody is not doing well and we feel she's not giving what we expect of her, obviously it becomes the onus comes on us to make those changes so that we can get the best out of the team. We want to get the best. So if somebody is not doing well, or we feel for whatever reason that there is need for us to effect those changes, we will not be scared of making those changes. We'll go ahead to do them. If we don't trust these players, they will not be here. It is because we trust each and every one of them and we believe in what they can also do. That is why they have been selected to be part of the team that will be representing our country in the WAFCON. And like I said, they all have different qualities. Depending on the strategy we intend to adopt in a game, that also can determine who plays and who stays out. So it's not as if it's a rigid thing that this is the person that must be there. No, our game plan will change, strategies, the opposition will equally change, and so those are some of the factors that determine the changes we have to make. And we will not be scared. We will not be scared to make any change where we discover that we're not getting the best out of any player. And I think they also understand that message, and that is why everybody is trying to be on her toes. If you don't do well, not only in games, not only in matches, even in training, we don't toy with those kind of attitude. You must show commitment. You must show desire. You must show that yes, you are ready to do what the team expects of you. Without that, obviously, you will have no place in the team.